In this video, we'll be talking about HTML table. HTML table. So to do a table in HTML, you start with a table elements, type table, okay. Open it well, separate it from the body, okay. Now, okay. So everything we are doing about table must be inside this table, table elements. So to add a table header, we have table header, we have table row, we have table data. So make use of all of them as we are writing. So to add a table header, let's refresh this to make sure our live server is on. Yeah, it's on, so it's connected. So to do the table header, we use first of all, let's do table head, t head, yeah, table head. Then inside the table head, we write use table row tr, yeah, tr. Inside this tr now, we open it again. Why we use this tr, the tr simply means table row, okay. So the reason why we need it, we want our headings, our table head to be in a row, okay. So now, to now add the table row, now use th, which is table header. Let's name our first table, let's make it sort of a student list, a table that will contain the student list, okay. Let's say let me start with SN. SN stands for, which is numbering, and I think SN, that is serial number. Yeah, serial number. Let me use this uppercase SN. SN, serial number. Okay. Now let's duplicate this and then fix in what we want to fix in. Then duplicate it. Shift at then allocate. We want the student serial number, which is, we list the table serial number. Then we need the student's name, the student first name, the student second name, yeah, first name and second name, not first and second name, first name and last name, and then his their age number and their nationality. We use these four things, okay. So the second one we'll be using, let's say, let me use block letter for all of them. First name, let me use underscore here. First name, okay. Then the second one will be using last name, underscore last name, okay. Then the last one we're using I think age number, and that's okay. Reg underscore number. This thing start represent reg number. So we still need more one for nationality. Let's also use shift add to add more. Say we add nationality. Nationality. I think this is spelling for nationality. Is it double L or one? Nationality. I think it's double N. Either way, let's just leave it. Nationality, leave it. It's supposed to be. Is it nationality? I think this is the colon. It's not double N. I think it's single N. Yeah, single N. So we now have the list of our table. We have our table header. Okay. So we are done with our table header. So to add the body, okay, make sure you come outside. Make sure you are, after you finish the heading, make sure you are outside this table head. Okay. Enter. Let's come down. Let's give you some space. Okay. Then let's use to fill in this table body. We use table body. Let's use small lowercase table body. That is table body. Okay. Inside this table body, we also do the same thing. Enter tr table low, because we want it to be in low. Okay. Let's close this white space. It's too much. Okay. Yeah, it's too much. I think this is better. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll be adding our data here. This is table low. This is table low in the body. So let's add, let's say, actually, so this table body is supposed to, because we still add table low again. What this simply means that this table low, anything you're adding in this table low, the first thing you add in the table low will correspond with the first thing in the table header. Let's take for instance in the table low, not table low, the table data, sorry. Let's do that. TD for table data. Okay, it will be inside the table low. Then anything you add in the first table data will correspond with the first table heading, which is this table heading that you add in this low. Okay, let's say serial number. Let's start with serial number. Let's say should I use 1 or 001? Let me just use if you use 01, how will it look like? It makes sense. It makes sense a bit. Let me use, if I use only 1, how will it look like? If I use only 1, it's just normal integer number. I think it makes sense. Okay, so you can see this table data now, it automatically correspond with the S, which is the serial number, which is the first header, the first header in the table low head. Okay, don't know how to, okay, just know that anything you put in the lows correspond with each other. Anything, it will just follow it sequentially. Whatever you put in table head one, the first table head and table head one will be the same thing in table data. The first table data, two of them will be the same thing, just the same thing. Okay, let me add another thing. Let me say let me duplicate this table data. Let me duplicate it to it's up to, is we have how many table head? We have 5, so we have 5 table datas. Okay, inside this table datas now, let's, our first name is table data first name will be, let me give it say Paul. Okay, then his last name will be Paul Osas. Then here his reg number, let me give him, yeah, and then I can now use this. Let me say his reg number is 200223, so just in London number as his reg number. Okay, then his nationality, let's say UK. Okay, let's say his nationality is UK. So this is for, let me use a complete country name. Let me say something like United Kingdom. Let me use underscore here. Underscore United Kingdom. Let me say United Kingdom. Okay, United Kingdom. Okay. Now, this table data is for the person one. This whole table data you're seeing is just for person one. So let me reduce this. So to create multiple table data for each person, we have to duplicate this table low. The table low contains the full data of the students, the first students. Okay, so to increase this, so let's duplicate this and add multiple students. Let's say up to six students. Okay, so to do that, let me duplicate it. Shift at down arrow key. Let me use 1 2 3 more 4 5 6. I think 6 will be okay. So once we have duplicated, what we have to do now is just to edit it. Okay, we will edit from starting from the second one. Replace this number with 2. Then change this person's name to John. Let's say his name is John. Then John John Silva. Let me use the word Silva. Say his name is John Silva. Then his ledge number, let's change these two to any land. Let's say 34. Okay. Let me say from this last, and let me say 45. Okay. Then uh then his nationality, let me say he's from Spain. Okay. You can see the changes now. This place, let's say 3. Let's give this person name of let's say Matthew. 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 Let me say Matthew Boras. Matthew Bolas. Okay. Let's change his range number to 002. Okay. Then he's from where? Let me give it. Let me say Canada. Say Canada. Okay. Then the fourth person. Let me give him. Let me say his name is Felix. Let me say Felix. Felix. Felix Hobbs. Let me say Felix Hobbs. Just is near London. Okay, let me say Felix. Okay, let me leave it as Felix Hobbs. Let me change the region number to let's say 0. Okay, let me say 99. Okay, 99. Okay, and then he's from where now? He's from America. Let me say United States. United, yeah, United States. Underscore United States. uh, United States. He's from United States. Okay. Then the fifth person. Let me make it. Let me say fifth. I think. Okay. Let's make it six. That's six. Let me use the name here. Let me say Williams. William. William. Then let me use his name here. Let me say William. William Shoddy. William Shoddy. Shudi. Let me use you. William Shudi. William Shudi. He's from where? Let me say. He's from Ghana. He's from Ghana. He's from Ghana. Okay. Then the last person, let me say, this is 6. Okay. Then his name should be, um, let me say, Steven. Let me say Steven. Steven. Steve. Let me use Steven Husserl. Husserl. Let me just use this now. I don't even know what it means, but let me just Steven Husserl. Okay. Then let me give him a region number of 88. Okay. Okay. Now he's from where? Let's give him which country now? Let me say Poland. Okay. So this is the full list of this is a table, how the table looks like, how to do table in HTML. Then I want to add some styling to it. I just want to add some styling so it will look a little bit more nice. Okay. So let me go to this first table. Let me give it a styling. Let me style the table and say style. Let me give it a background color. Let me use, I like Azula. Let me use Azula. It look like white, but it's not white. Azul, I think Azul. Is it Azula? Azule. Yeah, Azure, yeah. Let me leave it at this. Let me use Azule. You can see it. It looks like, I just like the color. I don't know why. So let's use another, let's add another property. This thing is property. This one is an attribute. This is a property. Then after this property, you now have the value of the property separated with a semicolon. Okay. So proceeding from, let me add Let me say, should I use, let me say width. Let me say width. Let me use width. Let me say, I want it to cover the whole screen. Let it just take the whole screen. I'll just use 100%. If I want, I can still, but let me use 100%. Let me say 100%. 100%. Okay. It's not taking the full screen automatically. Let me widen the screen. Automatically, it will just, once you keep, if you keep adding the data, it will keep on taking the full size of the screen. Okay. Then the next thing now, let me put semicolon. Then the next thing I want to add, let me say border. I think this thing will need a border. Add border, and I should also do margin so it will not have any margin issue in the browser. Let me use margin. Let me set the margin to let me set the margin to 0. Margin equals to 0. Okay. Now there will not see any change because I just set it to 0. But if I change it to something like 1 EM, now you see the changes. You see changes, but I don't want that. I just want it to be at 0 because I don't want the margin for anything. Put semicolon. Okay. Semicolon. Okay. Then let me add border. Let me say border. Let me say inside this border, let me use, should I use EM set for pixel? Let me say 1 EM. Border 1 EM. Let me give it a color of let me say solid black. Okay, let me say solid black. See, like this border is too big. Let me say solid black. Will black match this? It matched it. Let me use gray. I think gray will make more sense. Say gray. How will it look like? Gray. How will it look like? No, solid. I forgot to put solid. Solid gray. How will it look like now? What's happening? What is the issue here? What is the issue here now? Oh, I put what I'm not supposed to put here. I'm not supposed to put this color here. Then I'll have to clean one solid. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it makes, let me use full screen and see how it looks like. It makes a bit sense. Okay, let's keep editing. Okay. Now, what next again? I think am I still going to add any other? I think it's okay like this. So now I want to introduce another thing. That's what we use to that's what we call color group. It's kind of a color grouping. Kind of, you can use it to color each of this low. I think each low will have the same color, each low will have the same color, each low will have the same color, something like that. Okay, so to do that, you use an element called CON group, which is, I think that's supposed to be color group or something like that, or column group. Sorry, it's column group, not color. Column group, which is SCON, then group. That is the short. That is the name for the element. So to add that, you add it inside. You add it before the header, just exactly under this place. Just say column group. You can see it down here. This column group. So let me widen it. Let me add. Let's say. Let me start by adding a color that will match. Okay. Let me say column. Then inside this column, let me duplicate it. So okay, I think, let me write something. Then if I duplicate, I'll just do some small changes inside. Let me add an attribute of style. Let me say style. Yeah, style. Let me give it a background color. Background color of, let me say, let me use the color green. Let me say green. You see that? You see what happens now? And note, anything that you are doing, once the first element that you put, like something like this column, now will always take the first. It will always take the first. Anything you put in the first line, it will always take the first line. Okay, then let's duplicate it and then add different colors to each of these columns now. Okay, let's just do that. Let's duplicate this. Control Shift drop arrow key. We have about six of them, I think, and the last one, yeah. So now let me give this one, let me give this one the first name. Let me give it a, let me use yellow's color or something like yellow green. So it will correspond with that green color. Okay, I think this makes sense. Then here, let me give here something yellow. Okay, last name. This yellow, is it good now? Or should I use the same yellow green color? So the first name and second name will have the same color. Then everything name will have the same golden color. I think I should leave it this way. Doesn't matter. Then let me give ledge number a different color. Let me give ledge number. Let's say, should I give it a red? Red will be somehow. Don't know how red will look. Let me try and see how red will look like. Red is good, but it's too sharp. Okay, it's not, doesn't mean anything. Still okay. Then let me give nationality blue. Let me give nationality blue color. Let me say blue. Let me say blue. Okay. How does this look now? Is this color combination good now? Uh it's good somehow anyway. So as you can see now, look, this is how the table look like. This is what we created so far. So you can see the serial number 1 to 6, then first name John, Paul, John, Matthew, Ferris, William, Stephen, last name Osas, Silva, Boras, Hobbs, Shodi, Shodi. Then age number, here's the age number, and here's the nationality. I think this color is I can't even see the color is too sharp. This blue is making it too sharp. Let me use RGB and mix. Let me just use RGB to mix color that I might like. Let me use RGB. Okay, inside RGB, let me say one. Come on. Okay, let me say it's not black. It's not black. So let me mix. Let me say 30, 13. Okay, 12, maybe 18. Let me see what the color. It's still giving me something. Let me increase the intensity of green. Let me give it 67 and see what will happen. I think this one makes sense. It makes Then let me reduce this one to 25 and see what it looks like. Okay, just a simple small change. Let me make it 20. Then let me make this one 14 and see. Okay, it's getting a bit lighter. Let me give it 10. Okay, how about 50? Yeah, I think this one makes a bit sense. Then let me reduce blue to, let's say, 20. Okay, let me say 12 and see what happens. Let me say if I do 17, it will be more perfect. This is what I want. Still, the color now is a bit more okay by looking at it. I can view the colors. I can see it now. It's not that sharp again. Okay, so this is it for table. This is how to do table in HTML. Okay, so you can also increase the font size of the text, in each of the columns. I think that is very possible. You can give them a general. If you come here and put style and then give it a font size, for instance, if you come here now and say style, if you style this column group and say font size, let's say you say, let's say 1 EM. It's too small. It doesn't. Font EM. It does not have any. Let's say 3 EM. I'm not sure this will work for column. I think the best way to do is to target the element itself. Target the data element itself, which is coming down here and targeting this this table low now. If you do table low now, you are targeting the whole row. But if you come to this table data, you are targeting this specific this one alone. Okay, let's say this is let's increase the font size of 4. Let's say style. Let me say font size. Font size. Let me say 1 EM. How about 3 EM? Okay, I think I cannot do that. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. Okay, so this, let me not go far and keep styling. In our CSS video, we'll talk more about styling and styling in many patterns, in many ways, and different types of styling. So thank you for watching this video specifically for HTML table. Thank you for watching.